I look at your face, I think I'm looking at my face. When I was your age, your face looks like my face. I didn't know I was that pretty. It's a powerful moment for me.
As you see me, do you think that I'm good enough to be selected to go to the school?
I think that you are good enough. That is the ultimate question that all of us ask of ourselves and of our lives. Am I good enough? Am I good enough to come to your school? Am I good enough as a person? Am I good enough? And this little girl had the courage to ask that question. Good girl, yeah.
When we come back, Oprah visits the girls at home. Girls who won't let their struggles hold them back. And Oprah's surprise promise to every girl who graduates.
Really?
Building a Dream will continue.
My team and I traveled throughout South Africa, from the rolling hills of KwaZulu-Natal to the townships of Johannesburg, looking for girls who would be the future of South Africa.
I'm a bit nervous and edgy, but I'm feeling excited. This is my chance. I'm gonna sink into it like nobody's business.
Hello. Yes, hi. Hi, Oprah, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, nice to see you. Good to see you. Somebody told me that you love to read. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes.
I can tell you the recent book I'm reading right now.
What?
It's Charles Dickens' The Great Expectation.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
I love that book. It's really fantastic. It's got that edge to it.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So what's your best subject in school?
I love mathematics.
You love mathematics.
I love mathematics. Not knowing that answers like just turns me on.
So you turned you on. That's great. Lisejo loves school and is already showing strong leadership skills.
You're an individual. Act like an individual. Don't try to blend in, blend out.
She teaches a poetry class after school.
Today we're going to discuss how your self-esteem helps you write poetry. We're fighting to get an education, a better life than our parents and our grandparents. We're fighting to have a name in this world.
She lives with her father in this simple house. The ceiling is caved in from rain, and there's no indoor plumbing. But Lisejo doesn't consider herself disadvantaged.
I've got this spunk. I've got this flame that is suddenly that's waiting to burst.
Lisejo's father does his best to provide for her in a home without a mother.
My mother left me when I was 4 years old. I'm very angry at her. Why did you leave me? She could never take away all these years that she wasn't here. I want to change the world and change my life too. I know I'm Lisejo, and Lisejo never lets any burden that life throws at her take her down. Lisejo is a fighter and she is not going to give up.
That's fantastic. These girls understand the value of an education and what it can mean for the future of their lives. Any questions for me about the school?
If you end up in grade 12 and you have to go to university, who will pay?
Because you want to go to university?
Yes, I do.
I will.
Really?
I'm going to make it possible for every one of the girls who goes to this academy to go to the college or university of her choice, wherever they choose in the world. Good job. I want to go to places and find these girls where opportunity is shut down because of poverty and all the other remnants of apartheid.
Hi, Zip. How are you?
I remember Zipazanke because I remember going to her home.
So this is your house. Great.
Zipazanke lives with her grandmother in a neighborhood where just walking down the street can be dangerous.
All of these people have died?
This is the father of this one.
Her grandmother showed me 12 death certificates of family members.
He was very young. He was young.
2 killed just outside their house.
Oh, it's too many death certificates. Too many.
Zipazanke gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, walks through her community, which is not safe at all, to get to the bus stop so that she can then ride an hour to school.
And so when you're walking along by yourself, are you praying?
Yes, I always pray.
That no one will come and attack you?
Yes.
You're a brave girl. That is, you have to really love school to do that.
I do.
You do.
In rural KwaZulu-Natal, I visited Indambafuti, who lives here in this small room with her whole family.
Their whole life is in one room. Their whole life is in one room.
I helped her get water for the day from a nearby pump.
You can fill this with water and put it on your head.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
She's 13 years old, and that is her responsibility, carrying a 5-gallon bucket of water on her head several times a day.
Don't know if I could do that.
Well, I don't think you'll manage. I think it's enough.
No, I can do better than that.
Okay.
It was so sweet because she said to me, I don't think you can do it. And I go, well, I'm gonna try.
You're gonna put it on your head.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that.
On your head.
On your head.
Okay. Hope I don't spill the water all over me. Here we go. Take it like this. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I can't do it.
I literally could not do it. I could not physically even pretend to do it and had to take the bucket off my head, and I was carrying half of what she was carrying.
They're about to break my neck. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine.
Tell me how to pronounce your name.
Masati.
Mkhlatsi.
I remember her because she was the first girl I'd interviewed that had glasses. And I remember asking her a question, and she told me that she was a poor girl.
When I was growing up like that, I didn't even know that I was poor, so it didn't bother me at all. Does it bother you?
It once did, so my mom told me that don't be bothered, be proud of what you are. That's what God gave us.
12-year-old Mkhlatsi calls this small tin shack her home. Her little sister, Lorado, waits faithfully for her by the front door. Inside, there is one room and one bed the whole family shares.
We sleep here, and it's me, my mom, and my only sister.
They have no electricity or indoor plumbing, just a small cluttered outhouse in the yard. At night, Mkhlatsi does her homework by candlelight. Her outstanding scores on a math test won her a coveted prize, a sparkly pink pen she proudly uses to do her homework.
Wow, amazing.
For dinner, Mkhlatsi makes porridge for her family from oatmeal, water, and salt.
Sometimes we sleep without eating anything, just drinking water for a week.
She carried herself with strength, but I could feel her heart. I could feel her heart. And was once again hoping, I hope her grades are good. Many of these girls have survived so much.
My wish is to have a family that loves me, that
I can feel them trying so hard to stay strong when they speak of their circumstances.
What is the hardest thing you've been through?
My mother's death. It's still the hardest thing I am going through.
And how did you learn to cope?
I don't know.
Okay, let's get it out. Okay, big hug. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Oh, that's good. Want another one? Yeah. Good. You feel better? Good. Feel better. Okay, don't let go till you feel better. Okay. So we can stand here all day. You feel better?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good.
They're so brave. They are so brave. Oh, God, they're so brave.
I will be stronger because of these girls. And my heart aches for every one of them. My heart aches for them.
When building a dream continues, Oprah returns to her childhood home and remembers a moment that changed her life. Then,
Hello, girls.
dreams come true. Who will get into the academy? Oprah's surprise announcement next.
The dirt roads of Africa remind me so much of my own childhood, my hometown of Kosciuszko, Mississippi. We're here on the road leading to my house where I was born. I used to walk this road so many times with my grandmother, going back and forth to the church that you see in the distance. And like so many girls of Africa, it was my grandmother who was my strength. She raised me here until I was 6 years old. The house was torn down long, long ago. Here's a picture of me. That's my mother in front of our little house. There was no running water, no electricity, and right out back here used to be an outhouse. I remember watching my grandmother. She was hanging clothes on the line, and as she said to me, "You better watch me now, Oprah Gail, because one day you're gonna have to learn how to do this for yourself." There was just a spirit inside myself that said, "No, Grandmama, I won't." And I was about 4 years old at the time. Hattie Mae Lee. That was my grandmother, born April 15th, 1900. Died February 1963. My grandmother really raised me to be who I am because of her belief in education, even though she wasn't very educated. Never finished high school. She was strong. And I believe, just like my grandmother was a very powerful woman, stepped in and took care of me. So are all the other grandmothers in Africa who are stepping in and raising to the best of their ability the grandchildren. Back in Johannesburg, my team and I looked at the girls' academic performance and leadership potential. I feel very good about the process that we've gone through to make sure that you got the right girl. I would look at their scores, read their essays, and then sit down with the rest of my team, seeing what they thought.
14 for leadership.
Not good.
28 for academic potential, giving a score of 61. I don't think so.
I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but the most painful thing is not being able to let every girl that you saw in. Let's look at Zipazanka. She gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and walks to her bus stop for 20 minutes in the dark. Come on with it, Ernie.
19.
Yes.
29 for leadership.
29, yes.
Giving her 76.
Yes. A few weeks later, we invited the girls to what they thought would be an important final interview.
I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm so nervous, really, really nervous, because I think it's the final day today. And I hope you'll do your best.
Just go faster, please. We can go all the way to the other side, huh?
Hello, girls. Let me ask all the girls to come up. I wanted to share with you my dream for creating this school. I wanted to be able to give back to girls who were like myself. I started dreaming about the girls. I would have dreams about the girls, and I would see their faces in my dreams. And as I would ask in my dream, "What are your names? What are your names?" I would wake up before I knew their names. These girls, Kolele and Palesa and Sade and Lisejo, I realized that these were the girls of my dream. These are my dream girls. And girls, I brought you all here today to tell you that you will be a part of the very first class of the Oprah Winfrey.
Everybody was screaming and crying. I wasn't crying. I was laughing the whole time.
It was the most happiest experience I've ever had in my life.
For many years, people always ask me, why didn't I have children? Why didn't I have children? Now I know why I didn't have children, because I now have all of these daughters. All of these daughters.
When Oprah said, these are all my daughters, I was so excited, like, oh my God,